Hello, welcome to Gospel Faith Television all over the world. You're watching the Soccer Arena, which is on Gospel Faith Television. My name is Alexander Ojimba, and the topic for today is Paul Pogba, the successful story. Now, I just want to say that Paul Pogba is a footballer that's been playing in England, the Premiership, for a little while. I'm talking about club football. We all know that Pogba played for Juventus in Italy, and he had a couple of great seasons in Italy. But also, the Soccer Arena is here to say that there are too many pundits. When I say pundits, I mean football analyzers or football analysts. There's too many pundits in the game that keep on putting Pogba down. And as an analyst myself, I don't think it's fair. I think Pogba is just a member of the Manchester United football team, and I think Pogba should be treated fairly, just like any other footballer that plays for the team. So you got Fellaini, you got Marshall, you got Smalling, you got Lukaku, you got Ashley Young. But I feel like you got Sanchez. But I feel like Paul Pogba gets most of the criticism when the team doesn't do well. And I was thinking about the pundits that criticize Paul Pogba the most, and I came up with, cameraman, you can come closer. I came up with Paul Scholes. Now, Paul Scholes is an ex-England international footballer that is successful also with Manchester United. He won the European Champions League. But Paul Scholes always criticizes Paul Pogba. And I just want to say to Paul Scholes that he has to understand that a tree can't make a forest. You can't put the blame on Paul Pogba all the time. To be fair to Paul Scholes, that's the picture. To be fair to Paul Scholes, the criticism of Paul Pogba lately has gone down. But from the past year, from the past 6 months, he was aiming at Paul Pogba. So I just wanted to say I didn't feel like it was fair coming from an ex-international footballer that has been there and done that, you know. I mean, if the criticism was aimed at Paul Scholes when he was playing for Manchester United himself, I don't think he would have liked it himself. So I'm trying to say, Paul Scholes, it's good that you've toned down the criticism, because Paul Pogba is a player that is always trying his best for Manchester United. Another ex-Manchester United footballer that always criticizes Paul Pogba is Gary Neville. Now, Gary Neville used to be the ex-right back for the Three Lions. Good player, loads of caps. I think he got over 80 caps for England. But Gary Neville, can't remember shoulder, he criticizes Paul Pogba as well, but he's another one that has toned it down over the months. So I appreciate the analysis, but rather than aiming at one player, Paul Pogba, as the scapegoat, you got to talk about the team in general. So I just want to say these ex-footballers, these ex-Manchester United footballers should stop criticizing Paul Pogba, because Paul Pogba is putting in his best. And I'm sure that if anybody wanted to see Manchester United get successful, it would be Paul Pogba himself. We have to respect Paul Pogba, because Paul Pogba is a player that plays for Manchester United, the biggest team in the world, and Paul Pogba is a player that plays for Les Bleus. That's the French national team. Now, Paul Pogba has just won the World Cup. That's not an easy feat. For a man to win the World Cup, he deserves a lot more respect. He's gone into the categories of the Ronaldinhos, the Maradonas. They've won the World Cup once, and Paul Pogba's there as well, so he's gone into that category. So we must have respect for this young, gifted Manchester United French footballer. I want to say that Paul Pogba also is one of the best midfielders in the world right now. Paul Pogba is one of the best midfielders in the world right now. We don't get like super midfielders anymore, like the Patrick Vieira's of this world. We don't get players of that caliber anymore. But in terms of creativity, Paul Pogba is one of the best midfielders in the world right now. Remember the name, the theme of this topic is, yeah, you can come in and sit down, that's okay. The theme of this topic today is called the Paul Pogba successful story. I also want to say that one of the players that make Paul Pogba tick in midfield is N'Golo Kante. But I don't call him N'Golo Kante, I call him General Kante. He might be small, but he bosses the midfield and he's very tigerish. So I say Kante and Pogba together are the two best midfielders in the world right now. And to prove what I'm saying, they just won the World Cup. So General Kante is a good player, and Paul Pogba also himself has matured as a footballer. I mean, there's so many things that he needs to get better at as a footballer, but he's maturing with age. I don't know how old Paul Pogba is. Cameraman, how old is Paul Pogba?
24, 25.
Paul Pogba's about 24, 25, so he's still got a lot of years ahead of him. So when Paul Scholes and Gary Neville are criticizing Pogba, you got to look at the man's age as well. 24 years old. People like Dennis Bergkamp, Ryan Giggs, they played into their 30s. Ian Wright, 24 years old. Paul Pogba's still got about 3 World Cups left in him. So when he's maturing as a player, when you're criticizing Paul Pogba, put his age into consideration also. I say France and Manchester United need Paul Pogba. You can criticize Paul Pogba as much as you want, but I will say France and Manchester United need Paul Pogba. So that means when Paul Pogba is playing, Manchester United, his football club, and Les Bleus of France, the international team, he has a major impact on the teams. This is one of the reasons why this man, who doesn't need any introduction, he doesn't need any introduction, but having said that, he knows why he spent all that money on Paul Pogba. Millions of pounds. So it's not good to criticize Paul Pogba. If anybody's to criticize Paul Pogba, you should let the manager of the team, who is Jose Mourinho, criticize him. Paul Pogba was at one point the second most expensive player in the world. So you can't tell me Jose Mourinho is stupid to spend all that money on Pogba. He sees the talent. In an interview recently, I don't know where you can find this interview, so I can't give you the link. I was listening to Paul Pogba, and Paul Pogba said, France has won the World Cup in the past, but he says, I want to win my own World Cup. So when we talk about the Les Bleus that won the World Cup in the past, we're talking about Marcel Desailly. We're talking about people like Marcel Desailly. We're talking about LeBlanc. We're talking about Thierry Henry. We're talking about Patrick Vieira. We're talking about the manager, Didier Deschamps. They won the World Cup in the past. But before this current World Cup in 2018, Paul Pogba, I quote, said, I want to win my own World Cup. And his dream came true. That's the World Cup that he's holding. In this picture, Paul Pogba is not holding a kettle pot. It's not like the kettle is on gas and the water's boiling. This is not a kettle pot that he's holding in his hand. Paul Pogba is not. Even my cameraman is laughing. You know. Paul Pogba, look at what he's holding. He's holding the World Cup. He's not holding what's it called again? A mobile phone in his hand. I mean, you can go to the streets of London and some people, they don't even have a job and they spend about £2. They buy, they buy a mobile phone for £2. That World Cup there cost millions of pounds. So we must have respect for Paul Pogba as a footballer. All the people that criticize Paul Pogba on TV, in the newspapers, in the media, in journals, on radio, none of them has ever won the World Cup. You're criticizing Paul Pogba. I mean, Gary Neville, he criticized Paul Pogba on Sky Football. He's never won the World Cup. He's never won the World Cup. So we should have respect for Paul Pogba, Paul Scholes. He criticized Paul Pogba. Paul Scholes never won the World Cup. Jose Mourinho, sometimes he criticized Paul Pogba. Jose Mourinho never won the World Cup. So this is why my program is called The Soccer Arena. We are live and direct. And I just want to say that in terms of what Paul Pogba has achieved in his career, it's so much because at the end of the day, Paul Pogba was playing for Manchester United's youth team. And in this picture, they won the FA Cup. And Paul Pogba said he wanted to play for Manchester United's first team, but he never got there. Alex Ferguson told him to leave. Paul Pogba said, I couldn't see the reason why Alex Ferguson told me to leave. So in other words, Paul Pogba is a Manchester United reject that came back to play for Manchester United's first team, and he's a World Cup winner. What a beautiful story. That's why I called the program for today, the Paul Pogba successful story. Cameraman, how many minutes do I have left there? I want you to understand you've been watching the Soccer Arena. I want you to keep on tuning in. I want you to like my videos. Today we've been looking at Paul Pogba, the successful story. I try to say he's a great footballer. I like the way he plays. Paul Pogba doesn't have pace. He doesn't have blistering pace, but he's quick in his mind and he's very skillful and he's very creative. I'm going to leave it there. I'm trying to say I love you. More videos are coming from the Soccer Arena and Gospel Faith Television. I love you, man. I love you, man. I love you. Make sure you tune into my videos. Yeah, make sure you tune into my videos on the. Make sure you tune into my videos on the Soccer Arena. I love you, man. Yeah.